So for our project, we wanted to focus on the topic of sexism, which is one of the most common and prevalent social justice issues today. And for our project, we wanted to observe the effect sexism plays in certain areas in day-to-day life. So the first area we focused on was the workplace, and we interviewed people who in the workplace, which is our Notre Dame faculty and staff, and we wanted to see their response and their opinion on how sexism affects them in the workplace and how it influences their work ethics and habits. And for our second place, we decided to interview people of the media because media is one of the other most common places where sexism is prevalent in. And whether it be advertising on social media, we decided to interview teens because they are the main target audience of the media, and we wanted to see their responses and how it portrays men and women either positive or negative light. And by gathering these responses, we wanted to educate you guys and empower you guys on the importance of sexism and the role it plays and how it affects the perceptions of either gender. And it's important for us to be aware of that and continue as a society.
So what makes someone a sexist in your opinion?
Okay, in my opinion, being a sexist is not seeing feminism as a movement towards equality, but like a man-hating movement. I also see sexism in the way that we police young girls' bodies, sometimes in the form of dress codes for certain schools, or even just in the inequality of STEM fields for women, and the access to opportunity for equal pay. So that's essentially sexism examples.
Has anyone ever doubted your capability because of your gender?
I think so. I think back in the beginning when I first became an admission counselor, working for colleges and universities, it was a pretty male-dominated field. And I was one of the first young women who got the job as an admission counselor and had the opportunity, luckily, to be mentored by a woman who told me, never let anybody tell you you can't do anything because of your gender, because the fact that you're a woman, that you'll eventually be a mom someday, don't let it hold you back.
I feel like sexism in the media affects males just as much as females. Both genders are expected to live up to certain standards that don't really reflect who they are when they portray images of themselves. Personally, I admit that media has made me censor what I post or what I don't simply because of what I fear other people's reactions or thoughts are going to be, but I think it's going to take a lot of steps for future generations to combat this culture.
The way that beauty portrayed in social media directly affects me is that I feel like I have to alter and Photoshop my pictures to look just as pretty and just as beautiful and have the same body type or perfect skin like girls who post on social media or influencers who post on social media who seem to be perfect or flawless or imperfectionless, and that's how I feel directly about social media and beauty being portrayed on social media.
Women in the media are always targeted on how they look and what are they wearing, how's their hair, not how they feel or what they're doing to help people. And as a young woman, it's really hard to see that 24/7 without thinking, oh, myself, how am I going to be? What am I going to do when I'm older? Am I going to be taken seriously? And that's really difficult because I shouldn't have to deal with that at this age. I should be focused on how am I going to help, not how am I going to be judged.
Doing this project overall helped us look in depth into a really prevalent issue in our society, which is sexism. And being a woman growing up in this age, it's really important for me to know and to be aware of my surroundings and to know that I shouldn't just follow society's ideal standards of how a woman should be, and to embrace myself and the things that make me unique. So I hope that this video shed some light on society's perception of women and how we shouldn't really conform to that, and how being yourself is what makes you beautiful. Yeah.